And we're back to more Bad End Theater. So Cody got 2 people killed. Let's take off the defaults. Okay. Who are we being this time around?
Okay, I want to try the hero again.
We're going to be the hero one more time. You are the hero. You like to think of yourself as a pretty reliable and swell guy. Your life has been rather ordinary aside from the occasional heroic adventures fighting evil monsters and whatnot. You are told of a maiden from the village has been kidnapped and is likely being held captive at the nearby Demon Overlord's castle. Who even puts a village next to the entire demon army hanging out anyway? You don't get it. You're happy to protect the townspeople, though you were born to play this role. You head off on your adventure to rescue the maiden. If demon soldiers block your path, you could kill them and gain experience.
Flee like a coward.
Forgetting your pride, you escape with your life. But you can't return home now. Your reputation will be ruined. You wonder how you'll ever be able to rescue that maiden all on your own if you can't even fight some lousy demon underlings. You'll take your chances at the castle. You're a hero after all. This is your job. After a long trek, you make it to the castle's front gates. You are faced with an army of demons that all look very intimidating. There's no way to sneak past them. There's no way to sneak past these monsters if you want to reach the Overlord.
Skip the let me in.
You go up to the nearest demon and explain why you've come here. They stare you down and you feel very uncomfortable. But they seem to trust you and escort you directly to the Overlord's chamber. That was easy. The Overlord is all alone. You ask about the maiden, but the Overlord doesn't seem to know what you're talking about. Was she really never here? You wonder what could have happened to her. The Overlord says she wishes she could help you, but you're the first human that's come here in forever. At least that she knows of. You think of how you probably shouldn't trust her, seeing as she's a demon and all. But you can't really prove she's lying either. You apologize for the intrusion and return home to your village. The maiden was never found. You're a useless hero, Cody. So you unlock the diplomatic skill.
I guess the maiden?
Let us be the maiden. You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky demon overlord's castle. You are told that you are fated to be captured by the Overlord one day because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon overlords apparently love capturing those.
Wow.
You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity. Who knows? You are in a church. You pray to your God, asking, why have you been born into this role of maiden? You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'll understand your role better if you were to just hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon just to, see what happens. Not long into your adventure, a demon underling appears before you. He looks pretty scary.
Introduce?
You tell the demon your name and explain that you're the maiden from the village. The demon suddenly jumps you and starts biting a lot. How painful. This plan of yours was completely stupid, you think. Why couldn't you have just been patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This was all your fault for trusting a demon not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you are swallowed by the demon until you are no more. You are a consumed maiden. Clean the stage, we'll try again!
yeah, let's try again.
You are a maiden. You live in a peaceful village next to a spooky Demon Overlord's castle. You are told that you are fated to be captured by the Overlord one day because you are a beautiful young girl. Demon Lords apparently love capturing those. You think of how you haven't heard of that actually happening to anyone, but maybe the demons just haven't been given the opportunity. Who knows? You are in a church. You pray to your God, asking why you have been born into this world, Maiden. You respect the divine plan and all, but you're really just curious as to what the point of it is. You are impatient. Meeting a demon actually sounds pretty gosh darn exciting. Maybe you'll understand your role better if you were to just hurry up and get captured already. You leave a note and venture forth to find a demon, just to, see what happens. Not long into your little adventure, a demon underling appears before you. It looks pretty scary.
Chef or hero?
You yell, but a hero does not come. The demon suddenly jumps you and starts biting a lot. How painful. This plan of yours was completely stupid, you think. Why couldn't you have just been more patient? Why did you go looking for trouble? You aren't angry or anything, of course. This was all your fault for trusting a demon not to be devoured, or not to devour you on sight. This is your punishment for questioning fate, you guess. Bit by bit, you are swallowed by the demon until you are no more.
Right. I guess underling?
Yeah. You are a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You are particularly strong, but not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord anyway. It's a lot of standing in one place, staring at nothing. You feel like you're going to go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She's surprisingly cool with it. Nice! You set out on your adventure inside the castle. You change the change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way along the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She seems very frightened and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options.
Gobble her up?
Maidens aren't the best meal, but you figure you should live up to your demon name and strike back against the humans. You start devouring the maiden without so much as a second thought, and feel quite proud of that. Other humans would surely praise you with curses if they were around to see, oh man, if only someone could have been watching. Time to find an audience for your evil deeds. You wander into the nearby village. The people are screaming and running away, throwing rocks at you and whatnot. You think that's pretty rude of them. You haven't done anything yet.
Put on a show?
You attack the nearest human. He is old and weak, and his bones crunch delightfully. Oh, my hip! Your audience screams grow louder. Applause. You think, hey, it's actually pretty fun. I should have taken revenge like this a lot sooner. As you continue your bloodthirsty dance, striking the villagers down, you fail to notice a sword-wielding hero running towards you. He takes you out with a swift blow. You're just a demon underling after all. As you die, you think, that was totally worth it. The curtain closes. Performer underling.
I guess we'll try the underling again.
Yeah. You're a demon underling in service of the Overlord. You aren't particularly strong, but you're not particularly weak either. That's what your friends tell you. Your job is to guard the castle and keep humans away. It's unbearably boring. Heroes rarely come all the way here to challenge the Overlord. Anyway, it's a lot of staying around in one place, staring at nothing. You feel like you're going to go crazy if you don't get a break. You decide to ask the Overlord for a day off. She's surprisingly cool with it. Nice. You set out on your adventure outside the castle. The change of atmosphere excites you. You spend some time rolling around in the grass, wild and free. As you make your way down the path to the nearby human village, you encounter a maiden. She seems very frightened and screams for a hero to come save her. You consider your options.
Tell her to quit yelling.
When the maiden realizes you're not going to hurt her, she regains her composure. Now she started talking to you like you're friends or something. You don't understand humans at all. You speak the same language, of course, which has always confused you, because why is there conveniently only one language in the world? If demons and humans are independent societies, wouldn't it make sense for them to each have their own language? The maiden is going on and on about some kind of destiny she's trying to fulfill. The bottom line, from what you gather, is that she wants you to take her to the Overlord. Sounds like it could be interesting. Besides, you have nothing better to do. Satisfied with your day out, you take the maiden back to the castle and present her to the Overlord. They seem to be doing just fine, so you decide it's all about time for a nap. You don't have to sleep long. Your friends wake you up rude. One of them is stepping on you pretty hard. You ask them what the deal is. They say they're planning a whole revolution. They're going to get rid of the current Overlord and put a new ruler in place. They want to hear if you're in or out. And being a pretty lazy underling, you of course reply with, "That sounds like a lot of trouble. How about we just skip it instead?" Your friends question your loyalty to their cause.
Okay, let's kill the overseer.
Okay, let's kill the Overseer. You tell them you were just joking and clarify that you're totally in with it. They say you were always terrible with jokes. Whether or not you actually feel like killing the Overlord, who knows how bad it'd end up on the wrong side of things. And if this assassination deal doesn't pan out, you can always pretend you were innocent all along. But beneath your shield of fox confidence, you worry about what you're getting yourself dragged into. You follow your friends outside the castle to talk more about the plans. You're curious if they have any idea on how they want to go about this. They figured they'd just lock her room and set it on fire. What a stupid plan. That could go wrong in so many ways. You realize your friends are just a bunch of directionless thugs, useless without someone's guidance. Your guidance. They'd probably be casualties if you fought her head on. And while showy deaths make a revolution a heck of a lot more fun, it's probably the wrong way to go. Your friends agree and suggest that you play the assassin. You really didn't want it to come down to this. But you can't back down now. You'll have to be the one to assassinate the Overlord. Besides, no one has any better ideas. You sneak into the Overlord's room. She's taking a nap like usual. This is almost too easy. You silently approach your master. She looks so peaceful.
Time to die!
You figure the clearest way to do this would be just dig your claws into her throat. So you do just that. She wakes up, but not in time to stop you. You watch as she chokes on her blood, cursing you before finally expiring. That felt terrible. You remind yourself it was either her or you, and you weren't about to let yourself get killed by anyone. You leave the room and find your friends waiting just outside. They look pleased. Only now do you realize they must have planned to use you like this from the beginning. You are the new ruler of this castle. Your subjects bow before you. You live in fear that they will one day betray you, as you had betrayed your Overlord. You became the Lord Underling.
Oh, wow.
And now we have 3 Underling.
Sweet. I guess try the Overlord again, see if anything new changed.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say nothing's going to change until we start actually giving default.
Okay. Okay.
So remember how the Overlord's story played out.
Yeah.
The hero runs in, slaughters everyone.
Yeah.
So what skill should we give the hero?
Diplomatic?
Yes.
Okay, let's try that then. Okay.
You are the Overlord. You live in a castle surrounded by your demon servants. It's a pretty cushy life, you think. Except for those pesky humans killing members of your army, god damn them. There's even a role called Hero, whose whole purpose in life is to just dethrone you. What's their deal anyway? You've actually avoided pissing off the humans in hopes that they'll leave you and your army alone, but they never do. You're still new to this whole Overlord thing, if you're being quite honest with yourself. You don't really understand the politics of it. But you remind yourself everyone is just doing their best to fulfill their roles. You won't let them bait you into being the evil Overlord they expect. You think you're pretty cool and mature to hold yourself up to a higher standard like that. One of your underlings walks into your room, totally interrupting your thoughts about how awesome you are. They're saying something about how boring it is to stand in one place guarding the castle all the time, especially since no one ever comes here anyway. You see their point, but the way they're whining about it makes it kind of bothers you. What do you do with this underling?
Yeah, give the day off.
You tell them to take a break from the stifling castle atmosphere and refresh their dark soul. A day off should be fine every once in a while. They thank you and happily scurry off to who knows what. You have nothing better to do today, so you decide to nap a little while. Being the Overlord sure is great. You awake to the knock on your door. The underling from earlier brought back some company. It's a maiden from the nearby human village. She says her role is to be captured by you. The maiden goes on to say that she's been getting very impatient thinking about her impending capture, so she came here to speed things along. You appreciate her honesty, but regret to inform her you've never had any plans to capture any humans. She seems very disappointed by this. Perhaps it's not performing my role well enough. How can I become more maiden-like? You don't really understand the question. You think this world puts way too much focus on destiny and junk. Just go home and stop worrying about it, you tell her. The maiden seems to be having a hard time wrapping her head around this. She insists that she stay and talk to you more. You feel warm inside as she looks into your eyes. This is the first time a human has looked at you without contempt. You wonder what to say.
Tell her she'd better go home.
You'd love to have all the conversations in the world with your new friend, but having a human girl here will definitely cause trouble. You put on a mean face and tell her to get lost. The maiden turns out to be very stubborn. You don't want to hurt her, but you also really don't want to leave her in case something bad happens. This whole situation is just asking for trouble, you think. Against your better judgment, you let her hang out for a little while longer. You enjoy a nice long chat with her, sharing stories about your kind. She expresses her surprise that the demons are not all what she expected them to be. You are glad that she seems to have an open mind about these kind of things. You also bring up how you always instructed your armors to avoid humans, as not to agitate them and get heroes sent out after you. That explains why the people of my village have been left unharmed. It's because of your orders, isn't it? You are very grateful. Oh, we are very grateful. You're surprised to hear her thank you. You've always thought of yourself, or you always thought of humans to be violent and unreasonable. That's why your servants are always getting killed despite your efforts to leave them alone. But this maiden is different. You joke that maybe you've been lying to her this whole time and that you've been actually super evil all along. The maiden laughs at that, saying she wouldn't mind being held captive here. The people in her village are a little exhausting at times, she says. They're total pricks. You can't tell if she's into you or not. You're interrupted by another human in your doorway. This time, it's a hero. He is apparently searching for the maiden who has been rumored to have been captured by your kind. Captured? Not at all. I only wanted to meet with the Overlord. Didn't anyone read the note I left behind? After everything's explained, the hero expresses his relief that his whole misunderstandings hadn't led to any horrible consequences. The maiden apologizes for causing trouble, and the hero asks her to return to the village with him. Confusing feelings well up inside you. You're surprised that you had one of those to begin with. You don't want the hero to take the maiden away from you.
Oh. I guess for this time, let them go.
You're certain that she'll return to spend more time with you. You just have to trust in that, you decide. With the hero maiden gone, you plop in on the comfort of your luxurious Overlord bed. Your room feels empty now. Is this loneliness? You hope your new friend will be back soon. You close your eyes for a while. Until the door slams shut. Before you know it, everything around you is being engulfed in flames. What's going on? You try to escape, but something's blocking the door. You have trouble forcing it open. What is this? Someone didn't want you to get out. Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle? Oh, what is that? Are you being usurped? They have zero foresight. What castle will they rule from if this one burns? You don't want to believe that your underlings have betrayed you, but this is no accident. Those ungrateful bastards. You choke on the thick black smoke from the fire. You can't believe you're being done in by a bunch of cowards. You'll see them in hell. So close. You almost had a happy ending. But with that, though, we'll call the episode here. So tune in as Cody learns more lives.
Hey! Peace out.